Yeah, no problem. You can wipe code and build a solid portfolio, but make sure you have the solid experience when it comes to wipe coding as well.
When you're getting the payment, first get 50% upfront payment every time. Don't just wait until the last second to get the full payment and then start on your work.
Make sure you be direct as much as possible. This I learned from the Media Mentor team. They want us to be direct when it comes to startups. It's a different field from Upwork. Very interesting. What I would suggest is go for it as soon as you can. Saiful started off with a lower price, and then he blew up on Upwork. He's a UI UX designer. Once he blew up, he has increased his rates. Right now, we can't hire him because he's too expensive. So we have a question. When you started Upwork, did you already have a background in video editing and photo editing? I mean, if someone starts Upwork just to earn money without any real skill, it won't last long, right? Also, can someone use AI to build things? I don't mean relying entirely on AI, but can someone use vibe coding and AI to create projects? That's a good question. So for the first part, yes, you need to have the skill for it because you're competing with the global market, right? So I'm not saying you should have the a solid skill set, but you need to have somewhat experience when it comes to video editing. From my end, I didn't have a solid portfolio, but I had the experience. So that's what I showed to each client when I was starting out. So I'll share the screen and show you what I initially started out with on my portfolio, so you'll have a better understanding how I got started. I started from the bottom. Can you see? So this is actually one of my YouTube channels. It's Hamara Banawara Sindhuka lyrics video. And then you can see I used to do photo editing as well. And then this was just a sample edit that I did, which is horrible. And then we have video color correction. And this was actually a project that was given to me by Aroshana when I was starting out. So I added that. And then these were just logo designs. And this was actually my first client. So as you can see, it took me around 6 months. But if you have the experience and the knowledge, it's somewhat easy if you pitch the things right on the proposals. So yeah, when you ask also can someone use AI to build things, I don't recommend this. Recommend it because I'm in tech. You can build things with AI, but the thing is, but then again, when you come to clients, if they post a job, they know what they're looking for. So basically, if they speak with you, they will understand if you can get the job done or not from the experience they have as well, right? So it depends on the job. Imagine it's just a website that needs to be for a salon. It's fine. So you can build it with AI. So what I would recommend you is, yeah, no problem. You can wipe code and build a solid portfolio, but make sure you have the solid experience when it comes to vibe coding as well, because I come across jobs on Upwork that looks for a specific person who's a vibe coder, so that could help you. I hope I answered the question. So next we have, what's the ideal hourly rate we should have set for a senior software engineer with 3 years but new on Upwork? Yeah, uh, that's great that you have 3 years experience when it comes and a senior software engineer. So you have a better possibility of getting a job on Upwork. But the thing is, just lowball them because you have the experience. There's a good possibility of you getting the job. So what you could do is basically lowball them. Start with maybe $10 and collect a few jobs. Again, jobs දෙක තුනක් එකතු කරගන්න and solid reviews as well. So once you have those, you can slowly increase the rates. So we used to hire, me and my brother Sean used to hire a guy called Saiful. I think you saw him as well when I was sharing the screen from the clients and from YTech company. So Saiful started off with a lower price, and then he blew up on Upwork. He's a UI UX designer, and then once he blew up, he has increased his rates. Even now, we can't still right now we can't hire him because he's too expensive. So I think he is doing the same thing, lowballing. You start low, and then you gradually increase the price. So I think that helps. So yeah, we have the question from Ajit. Could you please share some tips on how to land my first freelance project? I'm new to freelancing, but I do have experience working in IT companies. I'd really appreciate any guidance or advice you can share. Yeah, definitely. So three golden steps I always preach is make sure you niche down as much as possible. So you say you have experience in IT, right? Make sure you niche down as much as possible. මොන ඩිවලොප්මන්ට් කරන්නේ මොන ලැන්ග්වේජ් එකෙන්ද කියලා පුළුවන් තරම් deep dive කරලා specify your niche and then send out proposals to those jobs. Find out those jobs with your specific niche. Before that, you have to build a solid portfolio and then spend as much as time on Upwork so you understand the lingo. And once you have specified your niche, just like I mentioned, go for those jobs. So when you say IT companies, I don't know if you missed that example that I use. So web developer connect name, you have to place yourself as a backend developer. Yeah. Not again, you have to go dive deep. Not a backend developer from which language? PHP developer, right? So you position yourself as a PHP developer, and what you do is basically apply to those jobs as a PHP developer to jobs that clients are looking for specifically for PHP developers. So there's a better chance of you getting more clients when it comes to niching down. So I hope I answered the question. Should we buy a connection or how to select the project? Yeah, I explained this, but I can go again. There's no problem. So you should always buy connects. There's no problem. Upwork sponsor කරලා නෑ මට. Should we buy connections? Yes, you have to buy connects because you're in IT, right? So you understand how hard it is to maintain these websites. Upwork is a massive platform, so we have to invest on it, right? Upwork's sorry, connects will invest karla පුළුවන් තරම්. Make sure you stay on the platform as much as you can. And when you're selecting out projects, I'll keep it very brief. So there's a few other questions as well. So when you're selecting the project, make sure you check when was this project sent out, or before that, when was the member created its specific profile, so you can understand thing. If it's 25th or 24th July when it comes to today, it's very new, right? So it's probably a bot. If not, if the project profile is very old, so there's a more possibility of them being a genuine client. You can check their reviews and how much they've spent as well. So depending on that, you can find a solid profile. There's a question: since platforms like Vice, Pioneer are heavily restricted from Sri Lanka, is opening PFC the best route for freelancer to receive earnings with direct Swift as a fallback? Or are there better alternative pipelines you recommend? So what I do right now is it's escrow because it's Upwork. Most of my clients are out of Upwork though. I use a very unorthodox method. So I don't know if I can. Yeah, that's fine, right? So I have a Vice account set up on Singapore. That's where all my money goes in, and I have connections there. So what I do is I bring them in with cash. So that's what I do. That's one of the ways you can do that if you have a connection out of Sri Lanka. When it comes to Upwork, you have escrow. They send it directly to your local bank. I think Kavindu can take this question up and answer better than me because he has been working with direct clients for a few years. Kavindu.
Yes, sir. So, hey everyone, let me introduce myself first. I'm Kavindu. I run the direct client acquisition track here in Freelance Unlocked. So, basically, back in the days when I started freelancing, we didn't have a lot of payment methods. So, uh, I use like direct bank payment methods. Now we have PayPal in Sri Lanka. Actually, that's really easy. So, I think you can use that instead of like using direct bank transfers. Like 3 4 years ago, I lost $200 client because he didn't want to like direct pay me. So now I think it's really advantageous because you can use PayPal instead of like getting direct bank payments.
Right. I hope you answered the question right. PayPal is there. I forgot that we have PayPal
Yes, sir.
because I'm so used to that other methods. I totally forgot about PayPal. Is there going to be more sessions? Yeah, definitely. So we have Hamza and Avadis and other international clients, international freelancers as well. So Hamza is already open to setting up a new session, as he started as a banker in Pakistan, and now he's actually one of the lead editors for the Millennium Mentor, making a load of money. So that's a great transition, right? So we are going to have a session with him very soon. When transitioning from platforms to approaching potential clients in real life, offline prospecting, how much background research should we do before the first interaction? And what red flags or green flags should we look out for? That's a tricky question. So when it comes to Upwork, I showed you, right. You can, once you browse through their accounts, you can understand if this specific client is genuine or not. So that helps. But when it comes to direct clients, what I do is I don't have direct clients directly found out of Upwork. All my clients are found through Upwork and then brought them out of Upwork, and they are direct now, right? So I know them. I've been working with them for 6 7 months, and then I come out of Upwork, so I know the client. So in your case, I think Kavindu would be better to answer this, because he's the one who works with direct clients completely directly. So, Kavindu, what do you think? Red flags and green flags, what you should look out for when it comes to direct clients?
uh, you should first I have to say that when you're getting the payment, first get 50% off 50% upfront payment every time. Like don't just wait until the last second to get the full payment. Just get the 50% upfront payment and then start on your work. And when you check a client, just go to their socials and check whether they are legit. Like don't just approach everyone and
That's a
like
great.
yeah, and like just use your brain and see whether they are legit or not. Yeah, that's my answer.
What I would suggest is I come across bad clients as well. So Hasita knows because we work together. So if they're not direct and communicating very badly, so that's a red flag then and there. It's hard for us to work if there is bad communication. So even if you're a freelancer, ඔළුව නවාගෙන ඉන්න එපා. What I tell Lasita also, make sure you go at it. Make sure you be direct as much as possible. This I learned from the Media Mentor team. They want us to be direct. පුළුවන් තරම් කෙලින් කතා කරන්න තමයි ඒගොල්ලන්ට ඕනේ. වැල්වට අරන් කියන්න ඕනෙත් නෑ. ඇත්ත කියන්න තමයි ඕනේ. So make sure you guys are direct with every client as well. And if the client is not direct, අතපත ගානනම් වටෙන්, ඒ කියන්නේ කිසිම තේරුමක් නැතුව කතා කරනවා නම්, හරියට details දෙන්නේ නැත්නම්, if they don't have SOPs, that's a red flag then and there. So that's one of the things that you could look out for. I hope I answered the question.
He's asking now that the official bank partnership is live, are those commercial bank or Sampath Bank better linking to avoid processing issues? So I think all the issues regarding the payment methods are now resolved. Like you will get more issues. You will all you will always get issues, but I think most of them are resolved. I recommend commercial bank because it's really good. Uh, you can link your PayPal directly to the your commercial bank, so I recommend that. And I got a question in the beginning as well that I couldn't answer, so I'll answer this as well. Someone asked, race to the bottom pricing on Fiverr and Upwork. Shinal, I answered this question regarding Upwork. Let me answer it from my side. So that was, I think that was the main reason I went direct instead of like competing in the marketplace at all. So like the basically the question was, do we have to like price our price to the bottom if you're entering the freelance platform, right? So what the method I went is like you can market yourself outside of the freelance platform as well, like cold outreach and get referrals as much as possible, and go to your local businesses and market yourself. So I actually did that and failed as well. So more on that on the like future sessions are coming from my side as well. So stay tuned in.
This is a direct. I've been reading direct messages as well. I didn't see that, so that's fine. I'll just drop the name and read out the question. Yes, Shanal, I've been working as a video editor and content creator for TV there since 2025, handling production for Manusat there. I'm running into big issues right now. First, I'm not allowed to use it in a freelance planner, so I can't build my portfolio with those things. Second, the videographers I work with are used to new style shooting, and the footage turns out pretty flat and boring, which limits how good the final edit can look. I feel very good. Can you suggest me a way to build up my portfolio as a long form editor? Yeah, that's great. So that's fine. I understand that you can't get the portfolio out of TV dinner, right? It's valid for them as well. It's fine. So what you could do is you have the experience, right? So find out maybe, I don't think stock footage is going to work, but sample footage from somewhere that you can apply your experience into that and build out the portfolio. Basically, you just have to show that you can get the job done. It's not the portfolio. You just want to show that you can get the job done. So long form video editing, right? So there's many samples that you can rely on. If you get a little bit creative, if you go through YouTube, you can bring those down and put out your creative sparkle, and then show your experience, right? So I think that helps. So I have a plan of putting out a folder that has sample footage as well. From this was for my TikTok. I'll be releasing that soon. I've recorded the video, I just have to release it. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a folder with a few voiceover scripts and also footage that I've worked with clients on the past, so you can directly download them and apply your experience and then build a solid portfolio. So if you are on my TikTok, just stay tuned, I'll drop that soon. So I have a great question, bro. Since you shared that Balunavana thing and the painting thing, where you said to just add them to the CV, it really got me. Some people are like, don't add those simple things. No one will look at them and all that. I'm from your batch, and this is just about Upwork, maybe about building a better CV for future job opportunities. From my point of view, so my brother gave me the advice. I totally trust him. So you should go for it. Make sure you add that to your CV. From my point of view, that should work, because imagine there's a guy who's really passionate about playing guitar. When it comes to reviewing your CV, he comes across you and he's going to be delighted, right? So that's going to help. Also Upwork, yeah, I'm actually building this towards an agency. Right now it's one of my full-time income sources. So yeah, that's about it. What I do is basically mostly faith-based content. So that's my niche. Would it be possible for you to start a startup and create opportunities for people who are looking for jobs? You know how competitive it is these days for both UGs and graduates to find work. Since you are doing well on Upwork and already have a solid fund, do you think it's something you would consider? You can definitely start a startup and excel on it, from my opinion. If you put the work in and you find a specific niche that needs to be validated and a problem that needs to be fixed, I'm pretty sure you guys you can excel on that platform. When it comes to startups, it's a different field from Upwork. uh, Very interesting. What I would suggest is go for it as soon as you can. Oh, speaking of being shy, do you have live calls with clients from Upwork or Fiverr? Right. Let's wrap up now. We're done. Okay, thanks everyone for joining. Thanks for staying till the end. Appreciate it a lot.